Watchin movies and dyin' inside. Watchin movies and dyin' inside.
Hi there, gang, and welcome back to Watching Movies and Dyin Inside. Today we're going to be looking at 1996's Repligator, directed by Bret McCormick. Why Repligator? Almost entirely because of the poster, which, as you can see, has a half-woman, half-alligator holding a giant firearm. And that was, frankly, enough to pique my curiosity. However, once I did look into the film, I saw that this wasn't the original poster from the 90s. This was. But as you can see, it's basically the same thing, just a little more low rent. Needless to say, I'm going to be pretty let down if there aren't gun-toting alligator women in the film. So, I guess without further ado, we're going to dive on in and hope for the best.
Watchin movies and dyin' inside.
Hi, darling.
Okay, so the U.S. military is conducting experiments on soldiers to broadcast their fantasies to a monitor. Why exactly? I doubt they'll explain.
Yes, Dr. Kildare.
Oh my. Okay. I'm beginning to think that this movie might just be an excuse to have a bunch of topless women hanging around.
Private Waring, step over here.
These are the stainless steel antimatter converters.
I can appreciate that this movie is taking the time to set everything up, but it's not super interesting. Even with the kind of goofy background music, I guess keeping things lively.
Private Waring, this is General Mills. I order you to step forward at once.
Okay, so they teleported the soldier using the replicator, but the process turned them into a woman with long, luxurious hair and full makeup.
Dr. Oliver,
Yes.
Private Waring's in the conference room. She wants to talk to you.
I wonder why. Find Watson, set up the medical.
Oh, so the guy that got turned into a woman, does she transform into the replicator? I hope that's where this is going. But does that mean there's only going to be one replicator? I really hope we get to the replicator soon, because this movie's a little all over the place.
What I'm trying to say is that,
Yes?
I find you very attractive. For a man, I mean.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so okay. This, I think this is the exact same scene from the beginning of the movie. Are they going to replay the entire scene from like a half an hour ago?
Honey, I'm home on leave.
I wonder, was this a mistake? Did they mean to replay the entire 2-3 minute scene at the beginning of the movie and halfway through the movie? That's odd. And also kind of hilarious.
Private Waring will be run back through the machine with Dr. Fields in charge of the operation. Maybe we'll get lucky and she'll come back a man.
That's not going to happen. Dr. Hardy and I have figured out what...
Okay, I really hope this is where this is going, where they put that guy who's a woman back through the machine and then they come out an alligator woman.
You are! Oh, Dr. Fields, I was just joking!
Come on!
Dr. Fields, no!
Oh, time to get in touch with your... Come inside!
No! Billy!
Why did any of that happen?
That's right. It's a security precaution. It's going to red light back at the Pentagon.
So, Dr. Oliver was taken off of the Replicator project and replaced with Dr. Fields, who pushed more people into the Replicator, and oh my stars. What was I talking about? Oh. Okay, finally.
She wants us.
Okay. Now we got a movie. Yep.
I'm preparing the system for further use.
But we have no power.
Oh my. Okay.
The power gets turned back on, in which case we'll tap into that.
Why is her shirt open?
You can do that?
He's dead.
He was dead. Apparently the bite from a gator babe produces a zombie-like trance.
I'm not the one about to be eaten alive. All right, gator babes. Eat him.
Was that the original title for the film, Gator Babes? Because they referred to every alligator person as a gator babe, not just the ones that were babes that became gators.
Install the new software! It's working! It's working!
What is even going on in this movie?
Oliver's prototype was based on your research, Dr. Kildare. And now you have his files.
Why is this movie still going? And I know it's odd to complain about a movie full of bodacious babes, but it's just the pacing is rough. Okay, so that was Repligator. There were a bunch of replicators, or gator babes, you know, so I wasn't disappointed there. They look more like dinosaurs than alligators, but, you know, whatever. It wasn't very interesting. The pacing was all over the place. There were points when it picked up, like when the Repligator showed up and it was like, okay, let's run with this. And then it just kind of ground to a halt, and then it picked up again. The acting wasn't great, but it was like, this was a cheesy movie, so I'm not going to fault it for that. You know, I wasn't dying inside, but I don't think I was really enjoying it either. So, yeah, that was Repligator.